in on Tannehill there on that third down.
And the Packers have taken their final timeout, which is it's a little odd here to take all of your I don't think I've seen a team take all of its timeouts in this particular situation.
Putting all the chips in the middle. They're
right.
Basically saying they're going to have to score, obviously, right here. And
yeah. Well, there's a guy who doesn't need timeouts to score. You're looking at him.
right.
He's got to play a little bit better than he's played to this point tonight.
Just when the crowd's ready to boo the offense,
right.
blink of an eye, they score a touchdown.
Back they come. So Stonehouse now with his third boot. We've got some flurries here for the first time in a couple of hours. A lot of hang time on this baby. Caught at the 8. And able to take this one back to the 18-yard line goes Keyshawn Nixon with 4:54 to go after a 57-yard punt. So we were with Rodgers yesterday. He's become very, how do we describe it? Contemplative. Would it be a word to put it this year? And Aaron, very philosophical. When we walked in yesterday, I felt like I was sitting at the feet of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi at one point. But he's.
I don't.
Always has a lot of interesting stuff to say.
Keeping it two safeties back, trying to avoid that big play. Avery's hand gets in there, doesn't complete the process of the catch. Nice job of knocking that ball loose.
Ooh, that's close.
Close. Out of timeouts. Cannot challenge.
3rd and 1. Yeah, a good point too. That losing those timeouts as well, you cannot challenge. 3rd and 1. Rodgers outside, wide open.
Week after a touchdown, I thought he was going to do that to get out of bounds.
From the 36. Swings it out. Jones. The Titans will give them all the dribs and drabs they want. Short gain.
Vrabes and Shane Bowen keeping their defense just sinking back in zone. 7 guys, eyes on the quarterback. Nothing downfield, everything in front of them.
Second and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's incomplete. Trying to get it into Sammy Watkins. Again, Avery, they're going to work on Avery, but so far so good.
A lot of different faces into that secondary. See Trey Avery back there, the rookie out of Rutgers. Maben back there, 32.
Off the practice squad today, he came. 4-man rush again. Rodgers over the middle, and that's caught, and that's just what they needed here, because they needed 11 yards and got it to Lazard. And the clock will roll down under 4 minutes.
And that time they're able to have that connection. Good job attacking the middle. I know it keeps the clock moving, but a good chunk play there for positive yards.
On the 3rd and long, too. Meanwhile, that's stuffed after a minimal gain by David Long after Randall Cobb makes his 6th catch of the night.
Again, I don't know if there's anybody who embodies the attitude of Vrabel and Bowen better than David Long and the way he plays. Plays with a kind of a chip on his shoulder and nastiness that you love to see from those linebackers.
2nd down and 7 from the open, and finally Jeffrey Simmons, who we talked about, who was a game time decision as to whether he play or not, makes his presence felt really for the first time tonight.
And watch, this is great coverage downfield, but watch when Rodgers starts to say, okay, where am I going to go? He starts to scramble. Nobody working with him. Not one receiver. Everybody's downfield, so eventually your guy Simmons is able to clean it up, but that was great coverage downfield and really a poor job by the receivers of adjusting to a scrambling quarterback.
12-yard sack, 3rd down and 19. Rodgers stepping away, fires, and that's going to be caught, and he goes to Watson. He's right on the line. Did he get the first down or not? He's close. Going to mark it apparently a little bit short, and they do, just outside the 44. So now you have a 4th down and 1. Can they keep it alive? Jones with a naked eye, does it, that second thrust, does it do it? No, it didn't look like he ever got there. And if they put it down at that spot, the Tennessee Titans will be flying home with a victory.
They went right at Jeffrey Simmons, who, as you said, Al, has had a quiet night, but here he is right here eating up blocks, allowing the rest of these backers, David Long and company, to get downhill. Well, you talk about holding your point. Look at Simmons extend, use his power, push Runyon back, and there's David Long to clean it up. 51.
Well, they'll measure, but Mike Vrabel's reaction tells you all you need to know. And so does Aaron Rodgers. So they can run one play before the 2-minute warning and then pretty much take the rest of the time off the clock. Might have to give it up at one point, but good luck to the Packers to try to get 2 scores.
And Simmons with the sack, and then they challenge him. They run right at him on 4th and short, and he steps up, pushing Runyon back. Look at David Long coming down in a hurry. The safety, Adams. How fitting for this game to be decided and clinched for the Tennessee. Kind of a tough-minded, attitude, culture team. 4th and short, Vrabel's got to be fired up, not just about the win, but getting that stop on 4th down.
And while you were out in the kitchen, the Tennessee Titans have won
matchup because of the style of football that they play. You get into November, December, line of scrimmage football on both sides of the ball travels, and if they can keep Tannehill healthy and in a good place, it can be tough.
Well, play action. Last play before the 2-minute warning, and you might as well go deep, and you might as well go to your rookie receiver Burks, and that sets up a 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. 51 yards. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Again, it kind of symbolic of what they've done tonight. The way they've moved the ball is not Derrick Henry running, but it's been some gadgets and some wrinkles. This time, of all people, you're going to go after Jair Alexander, who's probably sleeping on the play. He's not expecting that, right? The rookie's going to go by him. What a throw and what a catch.
You're thinking for all the world, they're going to run it. 2-minute warning, run a couple of more plays, maybe punt with a few seconds left. Instead, you know, when you think about it, that's really a brilliant play in a way. Because who in the world's thinking you're going to throw?
No chance.
Throw long on a play like that.
I'll tell you, man.
And, you know, and he's taking a lot of heat, too. You know, the offensive coordinator.
Todd Downing deserves a lot of credit, doesn't he?
Well, Aaron Rodgers, well, comments, I'm sure, after the game, reflecting on this one. Meanwhile, schedule is coming up. Tennessee goes home, plays Cincinnati, then they go to Philadelphia, Jacksonville, and the Chargers in Houston after that. Meanwhile, Green Bay goes to Philadelphia on a Sunday night in 10 days, and at Chicago, a bye, a late bye for them. Rams come in here on a Monday night, would look to be one of the great games of the year, but now you tell me, and then at Miami.
Remember the Cincinnati game last year, that playoff game that Tennessee lost at home against Joe Burrow, who ended up getting to the Super Bowl, obviously, but Tannehill took that one personally. They get a chance to get back at Cincinnati.
You know what? This is going to ruin one of the great streaks in NFL history. First and goal. All the times they scored, right? Think about it. This should have an asterisk in it, though.
That doesn't. Right? This doesn't count.
No.
I think you're right.
And there's another thing that doesn't count because we're already over that right now.
I got you.
What I'm talking about, of course. But for the last almost full calendar year, and I'd have it stopped here, and they'll just run out the clock with one more kneel down, and that will take us to the post game show. Meanwhile, the Saints